tense hostage situation in Sydney continues. It's believed that up to 13 people could be inside the cafe in the city's business area. According to the chocolate company Lindt, whose cafe is on lockdown, there could be up to 10 employees and 30 customers. The entire business district has now been evacuated. Police are conducting an operation and have cordoned off the area. Tony Abbott, Australia's Prime Minister, has met with the National Security Committee of the Cabinet, while it said the hostages taker is demanding to speak to the Prime Minister live on air. Now, a cafe employee whose shift was about to start shared with us what he saw when he arrived at work.
I walked up to the door and then everyone was sitting down and the door was locked, which is pretty weird because it's never locked. And there was one guy walking around with a hat and a beard, and he was just walking around just there, and I think I saw my manager there. And then I was talking to another guy. He told me it was armed robbery, and then that's when the police showed up, and then they cordoned off the whole area, and then that's when everyone inside put their arms against the window, like hands up. It was like a black flag with white writing on it. I didn't really understand it. But yeah, I got there at 9:45, door was locked. I couldn't really see, it was too dark in there. But yeah, I just saw him sitting there. There was just a lot of people in there, so yeah.
Now, Prime Minister Tony Abbott has addressed the media and urged calm among the Australian public. He also stated that at this point he's unsure of the attackers' motives.
We don't yet know the motivation of the perpetrator. We don't know whether this is politically motivated, although obviously there are some indications that it could be.
Now, Australia previously heightened its terror threat alert level. We asked Tobias Feakin, a senior analyst in national security, whether this could be a homegrown terror attack.
To look at the threat picture as it exists currently in Australia, that we can talk about. Now, in Australia, yes, it's known that there have been a number of individuals who have been inspired to go and fight in Iraq and also in Syria with various groups, be they al-Nusra, be the Islamic State. There's clearly an issue with an absolutely tiny minority of individuals in Australia who are being inspired by this message. That much we do know. There have been a number of counter-terrorism arrests that have been made within Australia over the last 2 to 3 months. So it's certainly, it's more visible now to the Australian public that there is some kind of homegrown issue within Australia. But it should always be said with a sense of perspective, which is that this is a tiny minority of people who would take it to this degree.
Hostages inside the cafe were seen holding a black and white flag with Arabic writing on it. Charles Knight from the Department of Policing, Intelligence and Counter-Terrorism at Macquarie University in Sydney says this could indicate a political motive behind the attack.
That flag is used by ISIL, ISIS, that organisation, but it's also been used by other similar Islamist organisations. So I don't think it's conclusive proof of which group is associated with this or which group the individual or individuals involved might be following. But clearly, it's an indication of a particular kind of support. Is it political? I would say almost certainly so. But by putting a flag in the window and wearing you'll see the footage shows the individual we've seen is wearing a black headband without Arabic writing on it. That strongly suggests it's political.